Hello there. You're probably wondering, where's the next part of this three-part epic saga? Well, sadly to say, due to events that have been happening and us not wanting to delay any podcast episode any further, we have decided to cut it for this episode. And possibly will not have this thing up and ready for maybe like another week. Because I have to do rewrites and also going to have to contact some of the VAs again. So, yeah, sorry that this thing is not here, but rest assured, I will try my best to make it out and possibly post it on the channel sometime later as a little thing. Anywho, welcome to the next podcast.
Get ready.
Hello, everyone. Project Cherryton presents the Cherryton Podcast featuring me, wquiz. Werewolf is dead again today. He'll be back next week, I promise. But joining us today is special guest, our friend Kamui Miracle. How's it going,
Hi.
Patrick? And we also have another very special guest today, Nathanael Platier.
Yo. How you doing?
We're doing pretty good. Also with us today is Maya. She's our host. I'm sorry, Maya. We also got JakeSilent, our very own Legosi,
Howdy.
and Sid Poke, who's
Hi.
recording.
And
I'm
also
the
editor.
Yeah, he's. So
Okay.
today, because Werewolf is once again not here, we're gonna have our buddy boy, Patrick Kamui Osborne Miracle, do the synopsis of chapter 192.
All right, just make sure the synopsis in the doc, or I just kind of do it on a whim.
Nah, just go through it and just like say what happens.
All right, cool. So, 192, very emotional chapter because we thought we were going into it with someone dying, kind of. So it turns out the second bullet hit Melon, and when that happened, Yaffia was like, "All right, hospital time," and then all the characters was just like, "You know what? Let's just walk out of the back alley market. That was a good fight, and I'm just glad we're all okay." But then, as Yaffia is bringing Melon back, Melon kind of like bite, and the chapter ends with Yaffia and Melon fucking collapsing on the ground.
They're dead.
Are they?
Mm.
Oh wow!
Oh, do we have 193 spoilers?
No, not
No.
yet. That's
No,
next week.
we cannot
All
talk
right,
about
all right,
that
all right,
until
we're not-
that is-
3 is not released. Okay.
What if
So-
what if 193 releases as we are talking?
Oh god, that would be painful.
Or it's
But
like, well,
yeah,
we're doing a live
Really
read, everybody.
painful.
that's next week's discussion.
Yeah.
All right, so how do we feel about this?
Damn.
Well,
Damn. As that
Okay.
horse meme is, damn.
so
Plot aside, we got one of the best like pictures ever of the high five. The best picture I've seen in a while.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
POV Legosi bitch slaps you.
Yeah.
okay. So, yeah.
What are you getting at, Sid? What are you trying to say here?
Oh, the thing with Gosha.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
awesome.
He.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Is he a
last
gang
week everyone
member?
was like, it's Gosha or something.
He's part of.
By
the
way,
Goonies, or
Last
was.
last podcast when
Probably.
I said I thought it was gonna be like Yaffia. I knew about this chapter. I knew about it. I got spoiled.
Oh no, Maya, please.
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't know
well.
about 193, so I don't know what happens.
I've read it,
Yeah.
but I'm not legally allowed to say it.
Me
We weren't
neither.
legally
We can't-
we weren't
we can't-
legally
we
allowed
can't
to
do that.
say
We
it.
can't. We could at least
Okay.
pretend we didn't read it, okay? Please.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, all right, I can't take it anymore. Can you show me 192?
Okay,
I broke my
maybe
code on more than one occasion.
we could
I'm
talk
ashamed.
about Melon again.
Oh
What
yeah.
was his intention? Do you think Melon could ever be like, I don't know, be a normal person? Like,
No.
Probably not.
probably
No.
not, right? But where is
Is he
Paru
ever-
going with this? This is the
Yeah.
question, right? So Yaya is probably going to die, right? But Melon stays evil.
Um, or,
And
Is
Melon
ever
also
gonna-
dies. Probably, right?
so let's like go with it that both of them died. Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
now Lugosi can't get the pardon.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Well-
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh.
Kind of. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yapia could really do that whenever he wants, and I think this maybe. Oh wait! I'm stupid. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wait!
Yeah.
That would mean I should.
I
Oh,
forgot.
instead of joining through the waiting room, they joined on in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast, Sheeb.
Hello,
Oh,
Sheeb.
did you start already?
Oh, Sheeb's here.
Yes, we
Yes.
started.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we started It's not early. 5 yet.
Okay. yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, welcome,
Sorry about
Sheeb.
that.
We are talking about 192. We just went
Awesome.
through this. We went through the thing of what happened, and we're now
Okay.
discussing what's all gonna happen. So, like I said, if Melon and Yaya are dead, Melon can't get the pardon,
Melon, you mean Lugosi.
and
Yeah, like
Lugosi can't get the pardon, and is gonna be like, shit, I can't be with Haru. What
Which
am
is
I
the
gonna
entire-
do?
That's the entire motivation of the entire manga. So where's it gonna go after this? My big question is, why did they bring in Melon's dad if Melon is just gonna die?
Yeah, that was
What-
kind of.
Yeah.
What purpose?
Yeah.
Does it serve?
Yeah, right. What was
She'll
the point with
become-
Melon's dad, right?
Maybe there's more planned, but she was cut it out or something. She was like, nah, it's a little too
Nah.
coincidental.
Really?
He'll
Maybe
become-
he's
he'll
like a
become-
Rokame character.
Oh, Do you think that they're gonna do the whole stereotype of as soon as he's like about to fade out of consciousness and die, that's like, oh man, I finally feel something type of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's the
That
whole
day,
fake
Well-
his
out.
heart grew 3 sizes.
Yeah.
Haru is the
Yeah.
CEO of Fake Out Deaths. I'm gonna be honest.
True.
Yeah.
Now, people were thinking that this would be the ending, like we'd start being the ending parts to Beastars,
Mhm.
but because of shit like there's no warning saying like, oh, this is the final volume or whatever, they normally the manga, like the editor or whatever, will put like this is the final like volume or this is the final part. They were not put that
Actually-
there.
I do have a little thing to say about that though.
What?
So it's not like spoilers for the story, but there was like a leak of like the cover page of 194, and there's a translation that says there are 3 chapters left. We don't know if she means arc or the series, but a lot of people on r/Beastars believe that like 3 chapters left of the entire series.
Oh boy. Oof.
So
Well,
we don't
okay.
know what 3 chapters left means.
Well,
Oh,
then
no.
let's talk
Wait.
about another.
are we
Well,
supposed
you'll
to
talk.
talk about this?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was an announcement. It's not like a
Okay.
like a chap. It's not a spoiler of the
Okay, it's
plot.
an announcement.
No.
Okay, then let's talk about that a little. I think if the manga ends in 3 chapters, I have a theory, and I think like my theory is that Beast Complex continues.
Yeah, me too. I think that will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll cut out a lot of work for you, Patrick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
the first 7 chapters.
Yeah, you're gonna be like Beast Complex the movie, but then it's like, wait, I gotta make a sequel. Beast Complex the movie 2.
Oh,
I'll
what
maybe
if
do that,
what if
but no.
Beastars ends and then Paru starts Beastars Part 2 and the new Lugosi from down the line starts he finds Pillarmen in Mexico.
Stop. Stop it.
Awaken my.
Yeah,
then-
the JoJo line of Beastars.
In the next episode of Bottom Gear, Legosi repairs
Finds
Volkswagen
Egyptian
Beetle.
gods in Rome.
I can see it. Like,
Welcome to Bootleg Top Gear with Beastars characters.
I could see the next like Beastars like sequel series, and it's just like Assuming like Legosi and Haru actually get together. I don't know because Haru hasn't been in the story for like.
Yeah, here's the
forever.
thing: would the
Manga,
prototype
what's that
stuff
degree?
be considered canon? Like, if they do a sequel thing or whatever, would the prototype be considered a canon thing, or would that be entirely thrown out?
Wait, what prototype?
Okay, so there's a
Prototype?
prototype Beast Complex
Early-
that
Oh,
has-
that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Haru's,
that
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
like takes place years and years after what we would have Beastars, and Haru and Legosi are married. They are,
What?
I think, yeah.
Yeah. But they're
That's
like
singular.
really hard to find, and they're like
That's
$1,900 or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
They're
incredibly
really
hard to get
expensive.
thing. Someone did put a video out of the second volume, and we
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
that.
Nick showed me that.
It's a video.
There were real
we
humans
have-
in it.
Yeah.
yes.
we-
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
we
That
We
was
talked about it
interesting.
before in the podcast, but yes, they have real humans in it, and they were in a relationship with a lion, and apparently,
Which is weird, in my opinion.
from what I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently humans do exist in the Beastars universe, but they're rare.
It's a touchy subject. We haven't
That's a
had
touchy one.
verbal confirmation, but also there is art, but it's not sure if it's okay. So there's like a mini comic of Legom crushing on a
Oh.
teacher that is a human.
Yeah, I know the
But-
context of that one.
Nobody
Uh,
knows if that's actually just Paru inserting herself into it, talking
Yeah.
about something that happened in high school.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I've
pretty sure it's
seen-
her inserting herself because she tends to do that with like Lego a lot, and it seems like that's just like any other one, really.
I mean, she
Yeah,
does have
yeah.
a Legom fursuit head.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
like her. You can't find Paru's face on the internet. It's only her in the
Lego.
Legom helmet or
Yeah.
with like a little chicken like drawn over herself.
Yeah, it's like pseudo
Um, No, well, we've
Or
seen,
like a beaker.
haven't we? We've seen Suda's face before, right? I thought we
Yeah.
have. Or, like,
Yeah.
we've seen it. We've seen it him with sunglasses. That's it.
Same like
Who?
principle. I mean, just the guy
Yeah.
with like the stone head.
Oh,
Damn.
oh,
The guy who made Nier or what?
Oh, the person who made Nier.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
you're talking about them. That's not Suda.
Whoops.
What?
Suda
I'm-
made Nier confirmed.
Yeah, I got mixed up. Never mind. That's not relevant. I was gonna say, I could see like a Beastars sequel like thing with like Haru and Legosi's like offspring hybrid
Oof.
Wait,
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. That's
But
what
I
thought
would
as
like
well.
that to be, I want that to be purely
But-
slice of life. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
the chimera thing was weird.
Oh yeah, the chimeras.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
so look,
chimeras
the
aren't
chimeras
gonna come
showed like the, I don't know, the child of
Okay,
Legosi and Haru,
so-
I guess, but still. Ugh.
let's go. Oh, you continue.
That was
I think he was just
No.
droning.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
this
thought
was just the-
Nathaniel was saying something.
No.
Um,
I do think it would be really weird though because like these other hybrids are kind of relatively close on the spectrum, but like a bunny and a wolf like are on the exact opposite side of the
Yeah.
spectrum.
Yeah.
This with him is a little bit different. Like you can kind of see it, but like this is like massive size difference. Like how would that even look? Like as far as like the child goes, like and also just the nature of it. Like I cannot imagine how they would make that work at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's go back to a previous thing that we mentioned before with the three chapter thing. Let's say that isn't 3 chapters like itself of the manga, but like 3 like arcs or like 3 something like that. And there's a whole
Mhm.
new thing. What if that focuses on the chimeras?
That
Yeah.
would be interesting, but I wouldn't care because I
Either
think
that-
the chimeras are kind of stupid.
I personally
Yeah.
hope for like a Beastars arc, like where Legosi and Louis are Beastars.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
That would make
Yeah.
sense because of like all the stuff you see of Yaya and Gosha.
Yeah.
They're very much a parallel of like Legosi and Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't know
So-
what happens to Yaya, but still.
So we could so we pretty much here, not everyone, I'm pretty much not a lot of people here like the chimeras.
I mean, I think
I'm
it's
cool with
dumb.
them.
Like,
I don't
it's
mind
the
it. I
closest
think it
thing to
just
a
needs to
JoJo
be.
reference, and I enjoy that. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind the chimera stuff, but they would, if they were going to do that in the future, they would have to dramatically change how they tell the story of that. Because we
Mhm.
already have an entire long arc about it. For us to be interested in that again, they'd have to do it from a different angle, in
Yeah.
my opinion, at least.
Yeah,
What if they
just-
go the JoJo route?
I already did.
Like, well, like like Beastars. This ends. All right, let's say this ends, and then they make a new part of Beastars, and it's a different, a different. It's called something. It's still Beastars, but it has something on it, and it focuses on either a new character or Lugosi after this or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, like
What if they
Dragon
do
Ball and
something
Dragon
like
Ball
that?
Z, right? Like,
Yeah, it's like how
well,
Naruto has
actually-
Boruto.
Actually, in Dragon Ball thing, it's always been called Dragon Ball in the manga thing. It's always been
Yeah.
Dragon Ball. It's never
Really?
been called Z Kai Super. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's always just
oh,
Dragon Ball.
that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's interesting. Didn't know that,
This
but
is
like
just,
an anime, I guess.
the
It's an
current,
anime thing, yeah.
Hmm.
current Beastars is just Beastars Blood. The next one will be Beastars Tendency. The next one is Stardust or Beastar Dust.
Beast Stardust. Yeah.
Then Beastar Shippuden.
Yo, Beastars Chain of Memories.
1.5
Beast
max.
Beastars 358 by 2 days.
Over 2 days.
That'll be the one that's like the history of the Shishigumi.
I
would
love
like
that.
I would like for it to be wrapped up in 3 chapters or whatever if they choose to do that. But I would like something kind of like the best way for me to describe it is like how they did at the very, very end of Harry Potter, where they kind of show like them grown up and they show like the kids and how that
Oh
happens.
God, Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
yeah.
But not like
Oh, yeah.
I don't want like a full on series of it, but I do want to see like maybe like a full on chapter of like how life is afterwards, how they've grown up, and a happy-ish ending.
Yeah.
But I don't think we really need another full on arc per se. But at the same time, with this arc, I kind of don't feel like they're gonna have to do a lot to kind of wrap this up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They really do.
Would you be ready for a new
I
story?
don't know what you're talking about because I've not read Harry Potter. I've not watched Harry Potter, and I absolutely refuse to do anything.
No, I
to
don't-
support
I don't
anything
blame you.
Harry
For that,
Potter related.
Basically,
Uh,
it's basically, and I won't go into like a whole thing, but like it's basically they tell the story of Harry Potter, and then at the very, very end, there's like a foreword or whatever it's called of like
and
them
the vlog.
showing him growing up with every single character growing up and their kids, and it's not like a long chapter or whatever, but it just says, hey. The saga continues, but like you're not gonna fucking see it. But
Harry
it leaves
Potter
it
is
open
a-
to interpretation and stuff like that. And I kind of hope that Power does that with this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then
Would you be ready
Paru
for a
makes
new story?
Paru
Sorry.
makes a play.
Not with the
where
same characters.
She introduces-
Fantastic Beastars and where to find them.
Oh no.
No, oh no,
It said Bill speak out, please. I'm sorry
What?
for
no, it's
Yeah, he
okay.
wanted to say-
My,
okay.
my stuff was stupid. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
what can you see in the universe of Beastars? I'm just like asking.
Well,
Um,
What can you
Definitely,
see?
wanna-
the ocean. The ocean needs to be fleshed out more.
That's the
That
thing.
is
Is like
true.
Yeah.
I think like the entire world needs to be fleshed out more because I was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about this with like
Yeah.
a friend earlier. We don't know much about the city that the entire story even takes place in, and I kind of
You
Yeah.
don't
am
know what
disappointed
it's
by that.
called.
We don't even know what it's called.
Actually,
Yeah.
We actually do. There is a chapter where,
Oh.
well, in chapter 103, they say the district name, and then they say like the name of like the city area. In another chapter, I had to find it again, but I remember they like slightly name drop it. It's like kind of weird.
Yeah.
What if it was just called Cherryton? I mean, it is
No.
Cherryton Academy.
I just want more world building because this world interests
yeah,
me.
we
yeah.
only know about like the stuff that's in the city and probably the ocean. We don't know if like there's other stuff happening on the other things of the world. If this
Yeah.
is like based
Yeah,
off
yeah.
of, if this is based off of the world we're now, who knows? This could actually be based off of fuck, what is that? What is the name of the singular continent?
Oh, Pangea.
Pangea.
Pangea. It could be like in a
yeah.
Pangean like setting.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't think
Well,
about
they
that.
still say it's Japan though.
Oh,
Do they?
So okay, so then it is
Okay.
set in our
Oh,
modern
yeah,
world.
they do.
So what could be happening over in, I don't know, the Beastars equivalent to Europe or America, South
Actually,
America?
Beast Complex Chapter 4 kind of slightly answers that too. Chapter 4 takes place in what's presumably Midwestern America, and there's a back alley market
What?
there.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
What?
that's
Well,
Wait, can-
considering I'm near that I actually live near that area. Should probably want to see that chapter.
Western America.
Wait, which chapter are we talking?
Beast
Chapter
Complex Chapter 4.
4. Yeah, Chapter 4 Beast Complex.
Whoa. Let me look
Yeah,
at
That's
I
the one
always-
with the panther and the camel or kangaroo, right?
yeah.
The panther and the kangaroo. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it's called. Okay.
So we
Yeah.
have a little bit of like entire world building of
Yeah.
Beastars.
But we need
Yeah.
more.
But we need more.
I always go by the one that's like the chapter with Goheen and the Tibetan fox. I'm just like, okay, so Tibet exists, I guess.
Oh yeah.
it.
And India.
Well, like
And
any
India.
species that has like a place name in it has to exist,
Yeah.
or like the place has to exist, because then where did they get the name?
Yeah. So it's
Um,
our world question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about this because it's like there's if there's an entire world, would it be like so close to what like our world is, like that, or is it like if you zoom out a bit, it's like really different?
Yeah.
Also, like, is the culture different, like between countries or like provinces or like areas or whatever? Like,
What?
I mean, I'm assuming it does, but like the customs that are made out in Beastars are very, very set to be like universal, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
there in the world there are human tribes that are like cannibalistic and haven't like seen society outside of their villages. So like, is that a thing in Beastars? Like, are there groups of animal people who don't abide by the customs of
I mean,
civilized
probably.
beasts?
I would
Yeah,
say, like,
probably.
That could be an interesting thing to to see.
I was
Especially
gonna
because of
say,
instincts.
I don't remember if this was just like a theory that I saw or what, but I think there's like not even like everyone kind of just all the animals around the world just kind of actually speak a universal language. That's just like
Hmm.
land
That's
language,
interesting.
and then there's sea speak and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Presumably, like after the Great War
Yeah.
that
Whatever that
happened,
war was.
like there was the Great War that
The
the
Carter
whale
Herbert War.
came from.
Yeah.
Giant whale.
No, but it's still.
But
not,
wait a
like,
minute, there
explained
are other
really.
wars.
Didn't Gosha fight in a war?
I don't. Oh no,
Yeah,
I
he
don't think so.
Huh, the
He did?
Taurus district.
Did-
Well, he was in some. Yeah. That what I thought it said he was like a veteran or something.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh yeah, because
yeah,
he does have that
Gosha
mystery
was-
pass.
Um,
Yeah, if he says his pass is
Gosha was in
mystery.
it. There's a picture of him when he's like 17.
He's got like a
Uh,
military hat on or something.
Yeah, he
So-
was.
I would
I'm-
kind of be
Talk about
interested in
before.
like if they decide to like explore the world more. I would imagine that like this is like the world that we're in is kind of like the more everything is kind of together. Like it's being held by the seams, but they're kind of holding it together. I would imagine that like in other parts of this world that has been made, that there's more of a segregated culture of like
Yeah.
like herbivores and all that stuff. I'd
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
be interested in something like that, like to see how that would work out and see like trying to bridge it together in a way.
Yeah. It's said that Cherryton Academy is like way more together. Like they're
mhm.
very much less segregated than quite a
Yeah.
few other schools. So like,
yeah.
and then Juno
until
is
after Riz.
segregation would be good.
Mhm.
Oh God, I remember that.
Yeah,
Wait,
Juno's
what?
like, what's wrong?
Oh
with
Okay,
yeah.
that?"
Oh,
So yeah, so there's a part in it where she like, oh, the school's gonna be segregated for carnivores and herbivores. She's like, but I don't get it. Segregation's good.
Or, no, it's like what's wrong.
Oh
with
yeah,
it?
that line from Juno. I showed my friend that line out of context because like he was like, "Oh, what chapter are you reading?" And I didn't realize Juno said that, and I was like, "Wait, no."
No.
Was it potentially fried churro?
What? Oh no, that's an IRL friend. And I was like,
Okay,
"So I'm
okay,
reading this really good
never
manga, Beastars," and then that's the first line from Beastars he sees. I'm like, "Wait, no."
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's actually, yeah, that's another thing I could see Beastars being like a direction they could take, is like going around like the world and just like focusing on entirely new protagonists each time who are like trying
Yeah.
to deal with the whole segregation in their part
Wait,
of the
but-
world.
That could,
But
that could be interesting.
if
Rest
the
in the
back alley
dust.
market is like destroyed, it isn't the
Here-
only one.
Uh,
right?
yeah, it's not the
Yeah.
only one because, as Patrick
Yeah.
said in Beast Complex chapter 4, there's a back alley market in like the Midwest of the United States,
Yeah.
Yo, I wonder
or
if
what would be the Beastars equivalent to that.
Wait, I don't
So
see America in this one because there's like traditional Japanese houses and shit.
really
Yeah. I'm on that.
interesting.
Wait. Look.
We cannot see.
I'm trying to.
We are blind.
I can't.
Hey,
Wait,
when,
are you looking
whenever
through
someone's
Beast Complex?
editing this, can they put
No,
the
here.
Japanese theme?
Look at the bottom
So
right.
what?
There's like
Bottom right, you're not streaming, Sid.
I sent it into.
oh no, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
into
another thing.
podcast.
Maybe it's just like, I don't know, after the war, maybe everything was like pretty much beaten the hell up,
Maybe they
and
just
so they had like they rebuilt in a common style or something.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Well, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I would also kind of like. I'm trying to think of a way to. Okay, I could kind of see them doing like a not Shishigumi focused type of story arc, but like the underbelly of society, like
Oh,
trying to
hang
keep
on a
everything
second.
together.
Hmm.
I could kind of see like the underbelly of this world trying to keep everything together, like focus on like that side of a story of like trying to make sure that like control is held, not necessarily from the back alley market perspective, but like more of like a darker aspect of all this maybe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still am thinking that this is this is starting to get to a wrap as far as this part goes. It's
Yeah.
hard to think of
Yeah.
how, without these characters, how they would do this, unless they like did like a like a flashback series. But I don't know how that would work, like with
Yeah.
Goheen or something. But even then, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we know that Goheen had a wife and
Yeah.
a child, and
Yeah.
like he left them for the back alley market. So I guess they
yeah.
could. Paru could do like a
Do like a
prequel.
solo Star Wars
Yeah.
story, but with Gohan.
Yeah. Except done well.
Yeah.
Actually, no shade to Donald Glover. He was great in them.
Oh, I just noticed if that area like near the sea was called, I thought the area near the sea was called the Doris District, because then that would have been great. That would have been a great naming choice.
Wait, why
Like
would...
dorsal fins.
Yeah.
Aha, okay, I see where you're going with that. Doris is also it's a type of sea slug. So a Dorid nudibranch is a sea slug that they're cool. Nudibranchs are very good animals.
Can I get Bill started on bugs?
Oh no,
And sea life.
please. I like it too much. I'll talk forever.
Ironically, Bill
Yeah.
is our bug person and not me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guru over here likes the insects. I have a bug collection, like in my room, like small one. It's in a box, a shoe box.
Now here's the thing, WQuiz.
Huh?
Do you Do you eat the bugs and have flashbacks or
I've
visions of a
more
bug?
than one insect.
Have
Okay, let me
spiritual
tell you about this.
experiences by eating
Go-
bugs.
It wasn't spiritual. The grasshoppers were bitter.
What?
What? No, you want me to get into this? I'll get into this. I did some experiments where I cooked up. I tried different recipes on different insects that I could find around my house. So
Slimy but satisfying.
It was for science.
Okay.
That's what they always say.
That's what they all. Yeah. So I started off. I went to my local park and I picked up like 10 grasshoppers. They were small. It wasn't like big juicy grasshoppers, but I
So
went
they're
over to my
babies.
friend's house. No, they weren't babies. They were not nymphs at all whatsoever.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
get me started on this. I know more than I should. So we cooked them. Me and my friend Isaac. He was an extra in episode 6. Keep an eye out. He's into cooking. He likes cooking, and he helped me pan fry, and then also he helped me pan fry and dry roast some grasshoppers, and we tried them after like de-legging and de-winging and de-heading them. And they were very bitter, but they had this nutty flavor. I'd eat them if I were like stranded in the middle of a prairie. Like, I would make a fire with them, or not with them. I'd cook them up and I'd eat them. They're good source of protein. I've had cricket flour, which is a really good alternative to normal flour.
I like the podcast where they talk about eating bugs.
You guys are gonna cringe at this one. I've eaten stink bugs. They're completely non-toxic, but they have this quality to them. So I dry roasted mine with sea salt and olive oil.
Yeah.
Let's talk away from
I
the
regret, I regret starting this
Kind of
topic.
bugging me.
Okay. Let's shift the conversation to Nathaniel. Give you a little bit,
sure.
Oh, so yeah, there's this one time I ate some bugs and
Well, I was actually thinking about asking you about your Twitch channel, like what
Sure.
what all you do,
like,
etc.
You are technically our first professional voice actor guest.
Yes.
I guess so. But yeah, I am slowly getting my foot in the door into character voice acting and stuff like that. But I started off with commercial voice acting. I just happen to have most of my friends are into anime voice acting. So they've kind of been like, you just try it. You're wasting your voice not trying it. So they have persuaded me to attempt all of this now. So yeah.
Have you advertised for any car dealerships?
Not car dealerships, but I have done the Overwatch League commercial a few times.
nice.
Outback
Oh, shit,
and a
nice.
few
Yeah,
a few
Outback.
miscellaneous things. Yeah.
Nathaniel, will you ever share the link to the Outback one?
Did you
Well,
have
the
to
thing
do it
is,
on
these
Australian
were
accent?
like radio commercials, so it's
Oh.
harder to
the
find.
radio.
Yeah, it's
Are you
harder to find
familiar-
those.
Are you familiar with the
Still.
phrase "bloomin' onion"?
Oh yeah. And
Right.
Outback,
Right,
Big
blowing
Australia
onion.
is back. So for a limited time, your favorites are getting bigger.
Oh my god, you do something like that.
Wait, did you have to do an
Oh.
Australian accent for it?
Oh,
Bloomin'
I
onion.
did not, thankfully, because that
Oh,
would
okay.
probably not have been cast if that were the case.
Yo, Rex on the Australian accent here. Welcome to Outback.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the job title kind of like pulled you in, since you have like an absolutely golden buttery voice.
Yeah, I definitely started off with that because it definitely was more fitting for me. But yeah, I'm slowly transitioning to character voices. I've taken a few classes as of late with some of my voice acting buddies. So soon, I was gonna move to LA until all this pandemic stuff happened.
Yeah.
So
One,
yeah.
I think pretty much all the everyone here I
Oh,
know
yeah.
of Like
Yeah.
all the heads haven't taken any classes. I haven't, unfortunately. I've just been doing this like on my own for like
Mhm.
a year and a half now.
Yeah.
I got here on accident. I'm just.
Oh
I-
yes.
It was a domino effect that is still going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
And yeah,
What-
I was
you,
gonna say.
you go, Jake.
I was gonna say. I remember Beastars literally was the thing that kind of like acted as the catalyst, and I like just did like a random comic dub of a Melon chapter, and sung on the Beastars. So it was just like, hey, I like your voice. You want to be a part of our project? So I did that, and then it fell apart, and then we did this one.
Yes.
That's great.
I'll give you the history at some point.
Yes.
Just let me know when.
I think Patrick has taken acting classes. Though.
So I haven't done any voice acting classes, but I've taken a lot of theater classes.
Yeah.
For Broadway,
I mean,
Are you
I'm technically
singing?
taking
Yeah.
taking a theater class right now for college. Technically,
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, the best advice I've gotten recently within the last year, right before the pandemic happened, I was invited with Elsie Lovelock, who's the voice actress for Charlie and Hazbin Hotel. I was the +1 for that. And I got to meet Ron Paulson, which I think you guys know who Ron Paulson is, right?
Yes.
I got
my memory's
voice of-
bad, so I don't
voice
know.
of Pinky and Pinky and the Brain, and like
Oh,
that's
every cartoon character back in those days. And Rob Paulson gave really good advice when we went to dinner together. And basically, he said it's a small V, big A in voice acting. So the voice is not as important as the acting is. And I wish I knew that
Of course.
beforehand. Because that changes a lot of priorities when getting started. But one of the things that I think is so cool about voice acting now is most of the people that work in the industry now were and are fans of anime. It definitely didn't used to be that way. Like Jonah and I and a bunch of other people started off like fan dubbing. So we
That's
started
interesting.
off with a very, very terrible fan dub of Attack on Titan. That's how we all met like 10 years ago. So
Are you talking about Attack on Space? Because I watched them. That's not bad at all, actually.
It's
not.
It's not bad, but
Well-
it does show the growth of all of us as voice actors, because we were definitely not as experienced, putting it in a happy way.
Yeah, if you look back on old stuff, you could definitely see how people grow. I mean, I look back at the oldest video I've had where I was part of an Undertale dubbing group. I voiced Ralsei. I was the goat. Yes, I was the very, very androgynous goat. So I was there, and my first role was just a small part in a comic dub, and I did it. And then a lot of stuff happened with that group. We fell because the editor got busy editing for some other big dubbing groups. Then a couple months later, I'm like, you know what? I miss. I'm gonna go back and join that server, and apparently still on. Talk to them, and I looked at the old videos, and oh god, I hate.
Yeah.
And also my
cr-
early attempts at a Mario impression, which like for some reason, I mean, it will do really well. Doing it very early is like,
Oh,
god, this mic's bad.
Yeah, even the start of this project, I like listen to my old voice. I'm doing like Lugosi at the start, and I'm just like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
My-
that's the
my
thing.
temp
Like
lines.
my favorite new quote that I've learned as of late within this year is that looking back at your stuff and cringing just means that you've grown.
Means you improved.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It means
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
improved. So
Like my
because
old
you
videos, oh,
always
God.
want to compare yourself to yourself and not to others, because
Yeah.
that's why I always keep all my really, really old stuff. Because otherwise you get discouraged not knowing, like, am I improving? It doesn't feel like it.
That's
So, yeah.
Luckily, all of my earliest stuff was done on
With-
Craigbot
with this
in
group.
Yeah.
an absolutely terrible recording method, and basically all of it is lost to time. The only things I have from this project
Yeah, pretty much the only thing we have recorded really for WQuiz is this project. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, you got Bill instead of watching Jumanji, so that's good.
Yeah. That's what I stick to. I got Bill on accident instead of watching Jumanji with my parents, and it's the one with The Rock and not Robin Williams.
Okay, now
So
this
it was
brings the
nothing
thing.
but-
What is your cringiest moment you remember that's voice acting, or acting related? Because I
Going down
got
the line?
one that I've got one that I've told people before, but I don't know if I've said it in the podcast.
Go for it.
No, I want to wait for everyone else. to
Oh,
get
okay.
done. Anything, Jake?
Oh, mine. Yes, I. Somewhere out there, like my first, I guess, voice acting role is a Fallout New Vegas mod, where the guy was kind of vague about like what I would be voicing, so I was just like, hey, I'll take this. Here's a sample of my voice, and he was just like, oh, I could voice this guy. And I was like, okay. And he got the script, and basically I found out I was voicing like a big piece of shit who was like a rapist. I was just like, oh, okay. So that's out there somewhere.
Nathaniel, anything really?
Mine is a little bit less. Mine was just really bad voice acting.
Yeah, sorry
And
to start with the
have it.
macabre one, but
Yeah.
okay, it wasn't that bad, but still.
Anyway, I still have mine from my very first one. Like I have it starts at 30. Don't listen to it now, obviously, but like it starts like at 30 seconds, and Patrick has heard it, and my voice was me like trying to have a low voice, and it was breathy and nerdy and very obvious that I was forcing a cinematic voice that I did not have as a kid.
In a world.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
It sounded like my nose was plugged my entire life.
Oh, I know that.
But yeah, it was
Had her
bad.
cold.
Yeah.
Patrick, anything worthy?
So, have you guys ever heard of Battle for Dream Island?
No,
No.
It's
No.
the
What is
thing
though?
from Seri, the right the.
It's
The
like with the
animated-
objects, like them
Yeah.
trying to. Basically, it started like this big trend back in like 2013 of people make their own shows, and I was 12 in like 2013, and I decided to voice it a bunch of them, and oh my god. I am
Yeah.
a 12-year-old indeed. I will say that in that
Oh,
it's just like
remember
me
that.
with a really high voice. It's so bad.
all right.
That's
Sheeb.
interesting.
I'm not much of a voice actor. Back in high school, I used to do animation. I'd voice my own stuff. But what's more cringy is my first album that I made in 2014. Don't ever listen to it. It's really bad. I only played guitar for I picked it up in April and it came out in November, so that shows you. I had like 6 months to learn guitar. It's terrible. I'll link it.
Oof.
And I won't.
Oh,
actually.
guys, I just remembered. Oh, I did get into a project. I joined the voice acting club Discord, and I was taking I sent like 12 auditions a day for like 3 weeks,
Mhm.
and I got one for a Mystic Messenger dub, like a comic about Mystic Messenger, the app, like.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna paste it, but I completely forgot about it, and it was before I learned how to make a convincing chuckle.
Is that your most
Laughs
embar-
are
and most
hard.
cringe-
Laughs are hard to
My
do.
first thing
Like
ever.
no joke.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, this podcast actually made my fake laugh better because my original choked up like.
I tried to say something with that.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is that your most cringy thing? That
I
freaking.
don't know. Actually, no. This isn't my first role ever, but it's my first more than one background line in an audio drama role. But still, it's a little cringy. I don't regret doing it. It got me on.
At Sid Poke, you're more of an editor. Any cringy stuff like when you're back making Ben drowned EXEs?
That's actually one thing.
Your role is just a muck with two small lines. I've done the same.
Oh
role.
god,
Let me tell you.
I just opened up you just heard a little bit of the manga there, of the manga dub.
Yeah.
I gotta switch to my YouTube account real quick. I have something. It is an anti-boredom video I recorded it back in 2014, where I was 14 years old.
Oh. The first video he
It's
sent
in-
me,
It's
like as
in
as
German.
experienced as
The
editor.
editing is more funny than my voice, but it's pretty cringy still, in my opinion, because it's from 2014.
I'm gonna be completely honest. That video is the reason why you're an editor on this project.
Yeah, basically, I don't have like a voice acting history, but I have like a YouTube history a little. So, and I'm
Alright.
also trying to be a singer for my band, but still, like a background singer.
Nice. So I'm gonna say mine. This happened in 2019. This is right as I was getting into voice acting. I literally got on it on my birthday in
Nice.
2019, right as I turned 18. I mean, the first mic I got was a fucking Blue Yeti Blackout. So that was $100 well spent. So
No.
because this is me graduating from the high schools, I had a graduation gift, and that was going to E3 2019.
Nice.
So I went. First day went good. First day went good. Second day I had multiple panic attacks, but that's fine. And then the third day where I could actually go to Nintendo's booth because it was packed all the other days I went. So I get in line for Luigi's Mansion 3. When I played it was actually pretty good, but that game's been out for like months.
Yeah.
So who cares about it now? All the games they showed off is out by now, except for Silk Song. So anyway, I get in the line for the Luigi Mansion 3. I'm talking to someone else that was in the line, and he mentioned that, Charles Martinet actually likes to come out and say hi to the people and give like signed like face whatever those things are called.
Autographs.
Prince?
Autographs, yes. So as that happened, he did. He came in the line, and we went through photos, signed it, talking to people, and then he got to me, and I got the signed thing. I said, "Thank you so much. You're a big inspiration for voice acting." And then I did the cringy thing. I did my Mario impression. Now, Jake, wquiz, Sid Poke, Patrick, you've heard my Mario impression before.
Oh yes.
And it sounds like this, and it's people say it's a pretty good.
It is.
And
It is.
And I did that, and everyone else around me thought it was pretty good. And Charles said nothing. But now when I think back to it, I'm cringing like, oh God, oh fuck, why did I fucking do that? And I took a photo with him later for my brother who wasn't there. It was something he would love to see, but I still have that sign thing from freaking Charles in my stuff. But when I think, but sometimes randomly at night, my brain will go, "Hey, you remember that time you were at E3 and you did your Mario impression in front of the voice actor of Mario? Yeah, good times."
Oh no!
Oh no!
So, Nathaniel, I've written down some questions.
Sure,
like,
sure.
What is your opinion on fan dubs? Do you think they help you progressing professionally when you're
Oh,
starting
yes,
like a beginner voice actor?
Yes, to a point. It's great for starting off. It's great for networking, but the biggest mistake I've seen people that are very talented make is sending fan dubs as like a demo reel. You do not do that. That is because it's really cringy when people pride themselves only exclusively on a fan dub and then are like hey, look at this fan dub, because this is like semi-insulting to the original voice actor, obviously. When you like do that and you send it off to like a professional group, so
Yeah,
it's
and
it's really
obviously-
good for practice, very good for practice, and it's also really good for networking because, like, for example, the group that I originally did fan dubbing with, like all of them for the most part are in the industry. Like one of them works at the Netflix's dubbing company, for example, that dubbed Beastars, for example, and then Jonah and yada yada. But
Yeah.
like, please never send off like fan dubs to an official
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
Would it count for
Also,
manga
here's
dubs
another-
as well?
Here,
Wait, what do you say?
Would it count as like for manga dubs as well? Because
Yeah.
technically you're
yeah.
you're
Yes,
your own voice, right?
I would say to just audition
Okay.
for like actual projects or do a fake audition and put that into your demo reel. It is, I heavily say don't do don't put fan dubs or anything like that into an actual like official thing. Because they aren't going to be casting for that, obviously. So it's really not a good idea to do that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Also, wait, quick thing. Sorry to
Also-
interrupt, but I'm gonna leave the call for a sec so I could join on my phone because I have to have my lecture on for college in the background and pretend that I'm there, and it cuts out the audio from my computer. So I'm gonna leave and be
Alright,
back in like a
alright,
second.
alright.
Good thing
Yeah,
this is
it-
being recorded.
Oh, and here's
Is it?
another taboo that I've always heard from other voice actors. Anime dubs. That's like a
Ooh.
big no apparently. Except for like abridged things.
You mean like fan dubbing anime or?
Like fan dubbing anime. Yes.
Yeah, it can get taken down very easily, but it's not. It's a tricky thing. If it's for fun and if it's just because you enjoy the series, that's fine. But if it's like an obvious like, oh, we don't like how this sounds, so we're gonna do it, then that is bad, and that could potentially get you blacklisted. So please don't do that. It depends on
Yeah.
like the way that you phrase things. Obviously keep fan dubbing and for fun projects separate from your like professional voice acting. So
Yeah.
that's my opinion, at least.
I know of a group that was unhappy with the finale of season 3 of Agretzko, and they have a team that are reanimating and redubbing it.
Wow.
So
That's
where does
interesting.
that stand?
Yeah, that's not too good, honestly.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, please use like another name. Like please, because you will like people notice that kind of thing, and that's not gonna give a good first impression. And please, I think that should say enough of my
Yeah.
cringe for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um
Okay, I just got one more question.
Mhm.
So, what do you think is number one advice for beginning voice actors? Like, where can you start, and what should you do?
like are you talking the very basic how do I
The
get into
very-
voice acting?
Yeah, like,
there's
what's the
a
number
cool
one advice? What
website.
should you not do? Like in the worst mistake that could like save a lot of time in progressing.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off what they were going to say first of all, and then I'll add my own 2 cents to it.
Yeah.
There is legitimately a really good website called iwannabeavoiceactor.com.
Yep.
It has everything, legitimately everything you could ever ask for, including things like how the pandemic is affecting voice acting and like how that works, everything you need, period. That's the basic advice that like me, Jonah, any other voice actor will tell you is do that. The second thing is go to voice acting classes, not just to learn things, but because it's networking. If they really like you and like they like your progress that you've made, like if you've gone to multiple classes and they've seen that are applying the tips and tricks that they've told you from the last session, they notice that. They notice that a lot. Like giving them status updates of like, hey, these are the things that I've done since the class and all that kind of thing. They do notice that. And if you really impress them, they can potentially put you on lists and recommend you. That's the second thing. The third thing is, which I heard from, I think, Rob Paulson actually as well during the dinner, was a bad impression is an original voice. So if it's a really crappy impression, like you can make it your own and turn it into something that is original. Obviously,
Or with
tweak with it a
Play-O's in.
little bit. Yeah, tweak with it a little bit to make it sound more fitting to your style. But bad impressions are original voices, and that's honestly really helpful advice sometimes. So those
It
three
is.
things, honestly, are really good. Literally anything else that I could potentially say would just be from that website. Fan dubbing is really good for networking. Networking with fan dubbing, like it's very, very good, because later down the line, years in advance, those same people can come back to you and be like, "Hey, I'm working at Netflix now. Do you want a gig?" So like like for fun projects, this is what an artist friend told me about for retexturing this, obviously to voice acting, but like fan art is good for building an audience, and then original work is for like getting gigs. Same thing with voice acting, same thing with anything else. You do the hashtag exposure stuff to grow your audience and to network with other peers. And then you do your original stuff, like doing actual auditions or doing things like that. And that's how you get a foot in the industry.
Yeah.
I
I'm whenever I'm stuck in the moment where I'm talking to like, oh my God, there's this big voice actor I look up to. Like I struggle with like asking like, how do I get into voice acting? Because like I already know the thing, but I like to hear like other voice actors like personal things, like how they like, oh, how do you say like how did
Because
you like
everyone got into it slightly differently, and I understand. Like even like when I first started like getting into it, the advice was completely different. The advice used to be when you went to conventions and asked them was like, "Hey, get into radio." That was what it used to be. That's what it used to be. Like work at a radio station, and that's how you will get into it. That's how I did it, and that does not apply anymore. So
oh
it's good
yeah,
to keep your it's good to keep your advice updated and to get different perspectives, obviously. But really, that everything from that website is from different perspectives, from different voice actors, but just put into one place. So
yeah.
I'm gonna replace your Segal on Wait, Don't Tell Me. Mark my words.
I wanted to say as well, there was another sort of advice. I remember Jonas Scott did an AMA once, and I think I asked him like, what's something a voice actor can do to like sort of garner attention, and he said, honestly, voice memes. And I think there's a modicum. I think there's a modicum of truth to that, because
there's some big TikTok people.
There's a guy on Twitter named let me get his name, Gianni Mastrograno. He voices memes all the time, and I'm pretty sure at this point he could just, if he just asked, he could get a role in something, and that's probably
one of the biggest examples is ProZD. He's in Agretzko now.
I've watched his recent video where he's like, "How do I be voice actor?" and all that. Apparently, he was doing it around the time of the meme stuff started getting popular.
He was big on Vine.
He was like already in there before or something. It's kind of
but yeah, like voicing memes or like fan dubbing with memes. Like that, like I said, that's the hashtag exposure stuff. That's how you grow your audience. But like once you actually want to start getting gigs, like paid gigs, that's when you have to step away from it slightly and just focus on the actual like auditioning process. So you'll have to constantly swap between the both of them from what I've seen thus far.
Yeah.
Too. I said like as Nathanael was saying, a lot of the big voice actors now started out doing like the small like fandom projects for fun, like Griffin Poitou, aka yeah, Louis. He actually was in one of Elson Wong's dubs like 4 years ago, as like just like a little like project that they did, and now look where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that practice at the beginning, and then as Nathaniel says, start to like network with that, and then afterwards go for the like real auditions.
Yeah. Networking is so important in the industry, like unbelievably important.
Yeah.
But even with networking, and I've said this before, like be genuine with it. Don't be like don't go in with it like with the obvious intention of like, hey, I want to get into voice acting. Please be my friend. Will you draw fan art for me? Will you do this? Like that will like that is very obvious. Like be genuine of a person, like have your heart on your sleeve and treat them as people and not celebrities, and that usually helps. Obviously don't go to like Ben Diskin and like start DMing him like random things constantly.
Of course.
Just be a be a genuine person, and like eventually kindness will make its way back to you. That's how it's worked for me. So yeah.
Oh, we made a meme, yeah.
To get Ben Diskin's attention, we made a meme.
Kind of.
Yeah, I saw that.
Memes right at the heart.
Come on, Ben, please.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's one of the things I see a lot is just voice actors saying about how someone will come up to them and be like, hey, Jake, can you like tell your agent about me or some shit like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah. I think the only voice actor that I've met that was not like freaking E3, I've not asked the question, mostly because it was like nearing the end of the convention time. I didn't want to bother him. Was damn it, what's his name? He was the original voice for Claptrap.
Oh.
I should know his name.
Jim Ferranda?
This is
That's
David.
That's the
Eddings
new one,
back
I
there.
think.
That's the new one?
I
Okay.
think it's David Eddings.
David Eddings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the new
So
one's Jim.
I actually got gotten to meet him at a small con that was actually near where I am, and I just talked to him a bit, and I got the sign thing from him, and I didn't get asked much. It was nearing the end time, like the convention would be over, but were extremely nice. They're extremely nice person, at least in a convention setting.
All right.
Like
so,
I don't know them personally.
Yeah. So we have basically gone a full hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is we got to start wrapping up the podcast, which really sucks because it only
Which
feels
suck-
like
I'm verily enjoying the chat, and while going for like keep talking is something I would want to do, I'm pretty sure that some of us have to leave for
Yeah,
other
right now.
stuff. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, we have to start wrapping it up.
So big thanks to Nathanael Platier for
Wait,
hanging out with
yeah.
us.
Of course.
And of course we gotta do the annual, like not annual, the daily
Annual.
podcast thing, whatever.
Final
like
words.
any final words, Jake? Any last words?
Nope.
All right. We'll start with like the Cherryton regulars, and then we'll go to the guests. Patrick.
Yes. At the end of this weekend, watch Dahlia be Lugosi's grandma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheeb.
Have you guys done the thing yet about the chapter 15?
Hey! I have a plan.
Oh, okay. We're doing outros, or we just
Yeah, we're ending. Okay. Sid Poke.
Thank you for listening to the Cherryton podcast and watching episode 6, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
You're a
And
great
7.
community, and maybe
All right.
I don't know,
All right,
subscribe.
Quiz. All right, Quiz. Say the fucking chapter 15.
Warm proof of kinship. The last thing you'd want in your Beastars manga is a bloodthirsty tiger, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Someone kick him, or did he just leave?
I disconnected at the end. Okay. Nathaniel, anything, any last words you want to say to the people listening to the podcast?
Sure. I mean, as much as I would have loved to talk more about the actual manga chapter, I really love talking like off script and off like all this stuff that we did. But my final words, like I always say on my streams and everything, is just remember to love each other and yourself. Yeah.
Plug your stream, by the way, so anyone listening can.
Sure. It's just Nathanael VA for my Twitch. So it's NATHANAELVA. I had the weird spelling of my name. My parents must have hated me. So yeah, you can catch me on there. I stream very, very often. I also am Jonah's editor and stuff like that. So you can catch me on there doing games like Overwatch and all sorts of stuff like that. I stream a lot and I'm very, very chill. So.
All right. And the final words I'm going to say is, if you meet a voice actor and you're like, oh my God, I can't, oh my God, they're a huge inspiration. Say like, thank you. You're a big inspiration. Say just that. Don't do your character impressions.
Oh no!
Hey, look, I'm sure Charles Martinet would be happy that like someone else was inspired enough to want to do voice acting from him.
Probably, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure like that was like a bad thing to do.
I'm just gonna stick with he was probably just tired. Okay.
Probably.
Good night, everybody.
Okay.
We love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Goodbye.